I can't wait to show you how I transformed this Halloween sign into a beautiful fall sign. First thing I did was took the whole thing apart. I started by cutting off the little ghost, followed by the hanger in the back and all those staples. Then I took my sanding block and sanded all the pieces. I wanted to see if I could get the paper off easily from one of them, and that's what you'll see in a minute. It was not easy, so stick to the sanding. It worked great. After that was finished, I just painted each piece with white chalk paint. Once dry, I put a layer of Mod Podge on all three pieces. After it was dry, I grabbed this stencil from Hobby Lobby. There's actually 2 of them in the pack. It's awesome. It's not a stick one. It doesn't stick to anything, so you have to hold it. After I figured out where I was going to put it on my first one, so I'm going to put a different word on each one of those boards. So happy's going to go on this one. I'm using a makeup sponge, and I'm going very slowly and deliberately around each letter. And I'm using burnt umber paint for the word happy. Once I get that done and I peel it up, there's a little bit of smudgies there. I'm so heavy-handed when I stencil, y'all. I'm gonna learn my lesson one of these days. But since I put Mod Podge on, I took a wet wipe and just cleaned my smudges up. There we go, all nice and clean. Now I'm gonna use a different color for my word fall. It's on the second board, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna go very deliberately, slowly. Oh, and I'm cleaning up as I go now. I got smart. As long as your paint is still wet, it's gonna clean up. And for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do the leaves. That worked better. Still some smudgies. Let's clean it up a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to take the last one. I don't have a stencil for the word y'all. Happy fall, y'all. We're in the South, okay? That's how we talk here. I'm using Dollar Tree stickers, but instead of using the stickers, I'm using what's left behind, and it makes the perfect stencil. I put the word y'all down, and we can't forget the apostrophe, okay? Because that's part of it. Once that's done, I go to town with some more paint. And this one was a lot easier. The words were fatter, or the letters. Once dry, I peel up the paper, and I think there was a little bit of smudgies for this too. Yep, oh well. Got it all cleaned up, there we go. And now I'm just putting some dots along the bottom with the handle of my paintbrush, just to be a little fancy. This is a little pumpkin. This is gonna go in place of the ghost. So I just decided to stain it. It was faster. Once that was done, I got all 4 of my pieces, and I went around the whole thing with some Distress Oxide. I'm using a little brush to do that, just to distress it a little bit. And now I'm gonna line them up and cut the ribbon that I'm gonna put on the back. I didn't know how to do it exactly, so I didn't screw it up. So this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna actually line it up on my ribbon and put the glue on the ribbon, and then put the sign right down on top of it. That way it doesn't move, and I have it nice and perfect. There we go, just like that. And now I'm gonna take some jute, feed it through the pumpkin, and I'm not gonna feed it through the hole in the sign. I just glued it to the front and put a button on top of that. I put the rest of that ribbon on as my hanger. And the last thing I did was make a cute little bow for my pumpkin. I just tied a shoestring bow, put it on the top of my pumpkin. And guys, look how cute this is. I love it. I forgot to show you how I did the leaves on the word happy, but you can see how I did it. I just stenciled it on. I love how this turned out, y'all. I hope you do too. Don't forget to water the vine.